Hello friends, Cindy Houston here, and I'm coming to you to share today's Yoga for Daily Living tip number 6, which is mindset. And our mindset is so important for keeping us balanced and centered. And one of the practices that I've felt really drawn to over the last 20 years is Chinese medicine and Eastern practices and the 5-element system and how our emotions are linked to seasons and our seasons are linked to different areas, the channels in our body. In Chinese medicine they're called meridians, and Ayurveda they're called nadis, and it's known as our internal highway system, and it moves energy through our body. And these are practices that have been a part of Eastern practices for thousands and thousands of years, and recently the West has started to embrace them as they've actually have cameras now that they can photograph and see these energy lines, that they are real and they do exist and we do have them. And in Ayurveda and Chinese medicine, we want to make sure that the highway is clear. So so you're driving in a car or in some sort of public transportation, and if anything gets blocked, you can't move. You feel stuck. You feel stagnant, and it needs to be repaired or cleared. So same with our bodies. If we have any areas that feel stuck or stagnant, we want to make sure to clear the space so we can have energy and we can continue with our flow. And so that brings it to mindset, as how are we breathing? Are we, with your breath, are you inhaling and are you exhaling? So it can start with that. If you take a moment with me right now and take a moment just to close your eyes and notice, is it easier to inhale? Is it easier to exhale? And the more that you can pull yourself back and be the observer and really witness what it is, what your patterns are, and don't judge it, but just say, oh, that's where I'm at today. Oh, I can focus on exhaling a little bit more. That could be more helpful, and just notice how your body shifts, how maybe there's a sense of calm, a sense of ease. Or maybe you're breathing really quick, and it's just lengthening the inhale and lengthening the exhale. So starting there, and usually starting with our breath, right? Our body needs oxygen. Our minds need oxygen to process. So if we're not breathing, there's a good chance that there's other imbalances happening in the body. And that can lead into how we do our day. Are we always rushing, getting to the next thing? Or do we take time to pause, to slow down, to breathe? And then that affects how, we are just reflections of each other. We are just beams. So if you think of like our cell phones or our technology, right? We beam it out. Like my phone is beaming out to reach all of you right now and create this video. And we all have these beams beaming out and crossing with each other. So there's that internal highway system, right? If there's a dysfunction in the highway system, or there's a blockage, or there's stagnation, we need to pause, we need to pull back, we need to reevaluate and breathe. So that comes into the macrocosm, microcosm of how we affect each other. And this goes back to Ayurveda, this goes back to Chinese medicine, where we are the microcosms of the greater macrocosm. And we know also through space that, we are one planet of many. And there's studies, finding that there's different solar systems, and is there life there? So it's always good to come back to bring it back in then. Okay, so sometimes thinking about all of those things can feel like a lot. It can feel overwhelmed. It can feel like, where's my place? What do I do next? So if you can just have the awareness that it's all out there, and then if you can bring it back and say, okay, well, what's my part in it? What do I feel passionate about? What do I love to do? What do I love to share? And how, no matter what this tries to tell me, how can I keep sharing it from here? What feels good here, right? Science knows, we know, when we come into this life, the first part of us that shows up is our heart. So that part of you has been here longer than anything else. That is one of our greatest teachers. It contains most of our wisdom, right? This is designed to protect, if something's coming after us, right? We want to use both of them, right? And so what I encourage you to do is all this energy that might be going on up here, coming back to your breath, focusing on your heart. One practice I love to do is just hold my heart, to breathe into my heart. If you've been in any of my classes, we always take time to check into our heart, to breathe into our heart, to listen to our heart. And if you've never tried it, I encourage you to close your eyes and feel for the rhythm of your heart. And as if you could hear the rhythm of your heart. And then a nice practice to take it one step further is, could you feel the rhythm of the city that you're living in? Could you feel the rhythm of the nation, the country that you're living in? Could you feel the rhythm of the whole planet? And it's nice to check in once you feel those rhythms. Are they in sync, or are they disconnected? And it's really okay to honor if it's disconnected right now. So a great tool I like to offer is, once again, coming back to your breath, right? Without our breath, we wouldn't be here right now. So as long as we're still breathing, we're here, we have a purpose. So the breath is the one thing you do have control over as long as you are still living. And we can choose how we want to breathe. And from that, we can choose how we want to take our next steps. Just by observing, what's my piece in this? What am I wanting to see, going back to the macrocosm, microcosm, what am I wanting to see outside of me? What am I seeking outside of me? That's the macro. Bring it back to the micro. How can I be that for myself? How can I be that for those around me? And this is not an easy practice. It's gonna take work. It's gonna take commitment. It's gonna take possibly change. But like anything, the more you practice it, the more you just keep bringing whatever it is, right? Because whatever it is that we don't like outside of us, if we keep bringing that back in, that's what our reality is going to be. So be the mirror, be your microcosm of what you're seeking in the world. Was it be the change that you're wanting to see in the world? There's so much wisdom in that. Okay? And I'll leave you with a little bit of fun, because I know we went deep today. So another thing that I love to do to upgrade, oh my gosh, I dropped the phone. This is what happens when it's live, everybody, is one thing that I got was a trampoline. Those of you that know me, dance has been a huge part of my life, and body movement and moving. And so this is really low impact on the body. So you could just do little bounces, right? It's good to do. There's stories out there where there's shamans, and they dance and they shake on mountains just to keep the energy moving. And some practices say it releases negativity or evil chi, bad energy, right? It's really just what we don't need. It's what we're ready to release. So if you don't have a trampoline, dance, move, shake your body, shake it out, right? Even if you're just standing still, right? Get your heart moving. That's gonna, when you're moving your body, you're gonna have to breathe. Things are gonna move through your body. Things are gonna release. So, you have a trampoline, great. you don't, you know, you can just stand on the ground and just shake it. Shake it out. Breathe it out. And I always like to, woo, add some movement, add some sound. We are living creatures. Embrace it all. And after you do about 5 minutes of that, how's your mind? If you were in kind of a low vibrational state, did it shift, right? So, we are, like our cell phones, beaming out the energy that we are experiencing, right? And if you don't feel like that's what you want your reality to be, come back to the microcosm, right? That's what's going to shift the macro. So, thank you so much for watching this Yoga for Daily Living tip for mindset. I look forward to joining you tomorrow for another Yoga for Daily Living tip. Stay healthy, be good to one another, and keep moving. Have a great day. Bye.